I'm Jim Gardner, author of You Have the Talent, So Where is the Money? And the answer to that is always the money lies in providing a service or a product to someone who values it, such that they would be willing to pay you for it. Nobody pays us just because we have talent. They only pay us when we do something for them with our talent. So, today I want to talk about goals. Setting goals. Having a dream and having a goal are kind of similar, but they're not the same thing. First of all, a dream is like a wish list. I dream of having something. Isn't that nice? A goal is like having a definition. It requires some clarity of what you want to achieve, what you've been dreaming about, whatever that is, and it includes a deadline of some sort. So we have a goal to achieve a certain something by a certain date. A goal without a deadline is just a dream, a vision, a wish. It would be nice, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to doing it. So once you set a goal, we have to get around to doing it, and that's what we're going to talk about now. I met a young man with talent at a high school project I was doing for the Air Force ROTC. They had me painting a jet airplane on the wall of one of the classrooms as inspiration for the students who participate in that program, because when you participate in the Air Force ROTC, it's all about the jets, it's about the airplanes, that's what the Air Force is. So it was doing my artwork, and the instructor brought a student up to me and said, "This is our class artist, and show him some of your work." So he showed me some of his work, and it was superheroes, and it was quite well done, high school level artwork, but well done, got the details. He enjoyed what he was doing. That's the key. So I said, "What are you going to do with your talent?" And really nothing. His basic goal was to join the Air Force so that when he got out of the Air Force, he could get a job as a fireman. Because once you participated in the military, you're somewhat automatically ability to get a civil service job with fireman, policeman, post office, something, similar projects like that. So his essential goal had nothing to do with his personal potential, even though that's where he found his pleasure. He drew these characters just because he enjoyed. It was his natural fruit. In a previous book, Artists Are Like Apple Trees, I pointed out the point that apple trees produce apples, but have no value for their own product. Apple trees do not need apples. However, if they stop producing their fruit, the tree will die, because there's no more reason for the natural nourishment to supply the trunk, the leaves, and all the branches along the way if there's no fruit to bear. If there is no fruit, the tree dries up. The same thing with the creative person. If you don't use it, you lose it. So here was a young man, probably 17, 18 years old, with his goal in life of security, guarantee, a job. If I go into the Air Force, when I get out, I can become a civil servant as a fireman, is what his choice of occupation at the time was. So I don't know if he went off and did that or not. But my point is, if you are given a unique gift that you really enjoy, your kind of personal passion is in, like in his case, drawing characters. Somebody else's case, it's drawing pets and animals. Someone else, it's singing and musical arts. It's all kinds of stuff. When you find your passion, I believe you were meant to use it. The things that we enjoy doing the most are the things that we should be sharing with the world. I believe that's why we're here. I believe apple trees were put on this planet to produce apples. And they don't compare themselves with orange trees thinking, well, people enjoy orange juice more than apple juice, so I should have been different. I should have been an orange tree and I'm an apple tree, and I just wasn't right. Artists and human beings have to take that same attitude called, you know what? I have an artistic talent. I have a musical skill. I have an interest in baseball or fast reflexes. When you find your passion, your curiosity takes you into that path. Follow that path and discover yourself, your soul. That is where the artwork comes from. That is where the creativity lies. So, I hope this young man continues to use his artwork. I came up with ideas after talking to him that his artwork would have made great t-shirt designs, would have made great tattoos, would have done many things he could have turned into a profit if he chose to pursue his artwork instead of a lifetime of somewhat guaranteed security. I believe in this day and age, the only job security comes from your willingness to be of service to others. Jobs come and jobs go. Technology wipes out certain industries almost overnight, but if you're still willing to serve others in your own unique way, which means you've discovered your gift, your passion, and your willingness to convert yourself into a service of some sort, when you discover that, you'll unlock the liberty button. You unlock your ability to liberate yourself through service. Once the people know what you have to offer, they come to you for that service or product. So, the business of art is no different than any other business, in that a business exists to provide to others a product or a service that they cannot provide for themselves. So, do you like to design t-shirts? Do you like to design tattoos? Do you like to design beautiful architectural decorations? Do you like to paint pictures? But whatever it is that you like to do, can you do it in a way that benefits someone else? If you can find that way to be of service, you both benefit your community with your products and services, you fulfill your spiritual purpose for being here, it's very satisfying, and you can fill your bank account with unlimited wealth depending on how much people value the service or the product you produce. You can adjust yourself to serve the needs of people based on the passion that you bring to the products and services that you provide. With that story as a backdrop, we have a young person with talent, planning his goals for a life of pretty much a guaranteed paycheck. As long as he goes through the Air Force training and puts in his time, he then has a guaranteed civil service job with the fire department somewhere, or police, or the post office, and so forth. So his values are centered around, I think, financial security. That doesn't always work for the creative person. The creative person has more of a self-motivated drive from within that says, somehow I want to climb that mountain. I want to find a way to do it. I want to figure out how this works. I want to make something happen. And it's kind of, the motivation comes from somewhere else. If you're one of those kind of people, this is what I want to talk about today. Setting goals, not just having dreams, but turning dreams into specific goals which can then become specific achievements. So how is that done? This is how I do it. First of all, let's understand that as children, we were encouraged in some way, shape, or form to do things. We have a natural born curiosity. Before we have talent, we have curiosity. We like to crawl around on the floor, climb on things, look around corners. If our childlike curiosity is encouraged, such as catch a rolling ball or color inside of the lines, we start to develop skills of interacting and hand control and so forth. When we develop those skills above normal, above the average, above the level that most people are able to do, other people look at us and say, wow, he's a very talented artist. He's a very talented baseball player. He's a very talented person. Talents are simply skills that have been elevated above the average or normal. And so people look at us and say that we're talented, where we look at ourselves and say, it seems normal to me. And also, talented people tend to hang around with people like themselves, the birds of a feather flock together thing. And so we don't see ourselves as being specifically talented. We're simply making use of our nature. We're being apple trees producing our apples. That's pretty natural for us. Other people say, oh, they're special. You've got talent. You've got gifts that I don't have. Well, we all have gifts. Other people are gifts in teaching skills, mechanical skills, inventive skills, all kinds of skills. We all need to find our passion, and that is what goals are about. So, from the age of 0 to 4, we have learned as children how to do the basic stuff. From the age of 4 till about 8, we start entering our social life in kindergarten and first grade, second grade. We interact with other people. We start to absorb their habits, their attitudes, their language. And then about from 8 years old, let's say, till 15 years old, we tend to decide for ourselves what kind of things we like. We like science, we like math, we like music. We're starting to develop our unique personalities, eliminating some things we don't enjoy, and concentrating our time and effort on things that we do enjoy. So by the time we graduate from high school, they give us a piece of paper and say, don't come back. You have graduated. Do something with your life. So now we better have our goals pretty well set, that we're either going to go on to college, higher education, go into the job market somewhere on some level, or we're going to join the military, so forth. But by the time you get out of high school, you better have your goals pretty well defined, or again, someone will snatch you up, or you'll end up living out on the street again. I don't know. I've always had goals, so I've always been going somewhere with my life. And that's why I want to kind of share this with you as a way to keep moving forward. All my goals are based on personal growth. Financial rewards come as a result of doing good service. Personal satisfaction comes as a result of doing a good life. And I want a combination of both. We serve others to the best of our abilities, and we meet the needs that they have. They pay us in accordance to the value they give us, and we prosper financially and fulfill ourselves emotionally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. That's the ultimate goal of life. It's a balance between the physical world and our needs, our emotional needs to express ourselves and to be understood as artists. It's also our intellectual ability to solve problems, because no one wants a boring job. No one wants to create the same product over and over and over again. No one wants to write the same song twice and so forth. Most of us are not cut out for the 9-to-5 routine job where basically you do the same thing until you reach the retirement age. There is no retirement age for creativity. But ultimately, we want to know that our life has meaning. It wants to be spiritually fulfilling. So again, financial rewards are for a job well done. Emotional and spiritual satisfaction is for a life well lived. And I want both, for myself as well as for you. And so this is how I do it. I set my 20-year goals. So from the age of about 20, when I got out of college at 22, I wanted to be a rock star. Rock and roll was my thing. I did it through high school. I was a musician. I played in my own bands, made a little bit of money, went to college, played in the college bars, and that's how I financed my college education. Got out of college at about the age of 22, and I stayed with the music business till about 33. My mid-30s, I decided I wasn't going to be a rock and roll famous musician, so I transitioned into the art world, since I got my art degree when I was in college, but I did it by playing in the music, always using my talent to make a little bit of money. And so I got out of college, had my art degree about the age of 30, 35. When I decided I wanted to have a family, I got out of the music business and I used my art talent to finance my life at that point. So here we are, the age of 30 to about the age of 50. I think I changed my midlife crisis from a musician to an artist. Then from 30 to 50, I was an artist and still am. But from the age of 50 to 70, where I'm at now, I'm a 70-year-old gentleman and still going strong. It's been the artwork, and now I'm transitioning into teaching you, teaching others how to do it so that you can live the life of your dreams, literally. That's what goals are about. Let me see if I can use a simple graphic to explain this. This is the river of life. And in the river of life there are many stepping stones. Some people might say obstacles to getting across the river. Others will see them as stepping stones to get to point B. So, if we're standing at point A in our life and we don't have any goals, we get in the river and we go basically from one job or situation to the next without any real direction. We just kind of hang out. However, if we know we want to go from point A to point B on the other side of the river, and we want to get there the shortest way possible, we set our goals and we go from point A to point B. Instantly, then we see that the quickest and fastest way would be to jump on here, go 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 here, probably here, here, and there. That becomes the stepping stones we need to take. We don't get off into the sidelines, we don't go over here, we get the fastest way from point A to point B, but we have to have our goal defined. We have to know point B. If not, we just kind of get into life going, I'll stay here, I'm tired of this job, maybe this one is better, maybe not, maybe here, maybe, and we just don't go anywhere with our lives. Only by defining a definition of where we are and where we want to be. That's how we can make our life the fastest, most productive way I can think of. So, setting a 20-year goal, where do you want to be from wherever you're at now, 20 years from now? You can gauge it as having children, They'll be from birth to about high school age. Visualize that as your time clock. You could visualize it in the neighborhood you're living at. What is the financial value of a house today? What do you think this neighborhood will be worth 20 years from now in terms of prosperity? Prices do go up in most neighborhoods. There's so many different ways to set a 20-year goal financially, spiritually, emotionally, physical goals. What is it that motivates you 20 years from now? And you write it down. Then over daily goals, what do you need to do today to set yourself in that direction? So, with that in mind, I want to invite you to pick up a copy of You Have the Talent. So where is the money? The money lies in being of service to others. And liberty is a result of providing service, because you can claim your hours, set your prices, determine the product that you offer to people. You are in charge of your life. The book is available from Amazon and from Barnes & Noble and from the publisher, BalboaPress.com. Thank you. I'm Jim Gardner.